Now, would you agree it's €9.30 multiplied by number of hours worked? Would that make sense? €9.30 multiplied by the number of hours you work gives you how much money you made in Bob's Bakery. If you can stop speaking, please. Bob's Bakery, yeah? Then for Kira's Cafe, it'll be €11.50 multiplied by the number of hours spent in working in Kira's Cafe. Would you also agree with that? Thanks. Sorry, guys. It's 11.50 for Bob and 9.30 for Kira. Sorry, my fault. So €9.30 is the so every hour you spend in Kira's Cafe, they'll hand you €9.30. For every hour you spend in Bob's Bakery, they'll hand you over €11. Let X be the number of hours you spend working in Bob's Bakery. Let Y be the number of hours you spend working in Kira's Cafe. And what total wage did we come out with? 362.40. Is that okay? Now, what we're going to do next, guys, is the following. We're then going to do, how many hours in total did we work? How many hours in total? X plus Y must equal 34. And there's two equations made. Now, I would have given you worded simultaneously in the videos. They were there. So something very similar to this was purposely put up. Okay. Now, I have a choice. I can either get rid of X or I can get rid of Y. Now, what's the goal of the question? Find Bob's Bakery. That's the X value, isn't it? You can get the Y value then, get the X value, whatever way you want to do it, but I'm going to be a bit lazy here. I'm just going to get rid of the Y value, okay? I'm going to multiply the top. What gets rid of 930Y? Minus 930Y, yeah? So what you multiply the top one by? Minus 9. Okay, multiply it in and we get minus 930X minus 930Y minus 930 times 34. Anybody got an answer for that? $316.2, yeah, that's what I got as well. Okay, take it away. What you get? 20 cent and is that 36? Is that €36 20 cent? Yeah. And this here is €2 and sorry, 2.20, is it, when you take the two of them away from each other? 11.50 take away 9.30. 2.20x. Now I'm going to divide 36.2 by 2.2. Did anybody get the formula out for this? I think one guy did. He's been somebody did it. I remember correcting it. Oh, I made a mistake somewhere. Sorry guys, there's a mistake in here somewhere. What? It's 46, not 36. Okay. Okay, guys. What about 46.20? What do I do then? Divide it in. What do I get? Come on, guys. Divide that in. What do I get? I get 13. 21. Well, you got 13 for us. You got the Y values 13, not the X value. Because if it adds to 34 hours, the Y value will have to be 13. So the value we're looking for is X. So I was very happy with most people. A lot of people did divide, multiply, subtract, and then you wrote down the word drop. Now, subtract ain't necessarily true, is it? It's divide, multiply, change. Is that okay? Okay. Okay. You ready? Now, we're going to divide. So there's two targets, okay? This is target 1 using target 2. Everybody agreed? What's x cubed divided by... One sec. Yeah. Go on. What's x cubed divided by x? What is it? X squared, yeah? That's divide done. So what's next then? Multiply. X by x. X squared by x. X squared by 3. Okay. X cubed minus 3x squared, yeah? Plus 3x squared. What does the C stand for? Yes. Change. Change subtraction into addition, or change addition into... So double minus. And what do we get next? 11 take away 3. Yeah. Move down to 15x. That's the drop. Recalibrate your target. Where does the target go now? Okay. Okay, guys. We're going to go again. What's 8x squared divided by x? 8x. Multiply it out then. X squared and 24x, yeah. Subtract them. What happens? Yeah. Bring down to 27. Minus 27. Okay. What did we say it went in? It went in 8 times, didn't it? Yeah. And now we have to redo the target again. What's the new target? Oh, not that. Minus 9 gets divided by x. So what's the answer? Minus 9. There's your answer on top. But we had to finish it off. No remainder, right? So minus 9 multiplied by x is minus 9x. Minus 9 by 3 is minus 27. They're both negative, which means when you change them, they both turn into... And the answer is 0. In fairness to you, some of you are trigonometry specialists for some reason. This was the good part of the exam for a lot of people. You came in and you did your trigonometry revision, obviously, because you were stronger here than elsewhere. So, here we go. Everybody see this triangle here? 2 ways of doing this. Method 1. Y'all listening for method 1? It all has to add up to 180 degrees. So you just do 180 minus 90 minus 35. And the answer is... Anybody? 55 degrees. Okay. The next one. Now. Okay. Next thing, guys. You could also use SOHCAHTOA. Y is the hypotenuse. Which one's the opposite? 220 is the opposite. And 154 is the adjacent. A lot of people had the idea of using the opposite and the adjacent, which is O and A, to use TOA. A lot of you decided to use tan C is 220 divided by 154. And all you gotta do there is you just tan inverse 220. Now, it wasn't necessary. It's a difficult way of doing it, but can be done. 1 minute. I'm in radian mode. That's why that didn't work. So I'll fix my angle settings. Degree. Try this again. Let's see if we can back out of this. Alright, do this one more time. Shift, tan inverse, 220. Was the first one out of 5, was it? Yeah, 55 degrees again. Everybody see the 55 degrees? Okay. Now, part 2. Mary works out the horizontal distance is 154 to the nearest meter as shown. Use the theorem of Pythagoras to work out the distance mark y on the diagram. Well, everybody see y here? And it says you have to use Pythagoras' theorem. So, I think what we're all going to use is we're going to use y squared is equal to, anybody? 220 squared plus. Yeah. Shh. Pythagoras' theorem is the longest side squared equals the shorter two sides squared and added together. What you get when you squared and added them together is it 72,116. Okay. And what happens when you square root that answer? Because it's y squared, not y. So what you get when you square root that? Sorry, 268.5. But nearest meter. Okay. Now, nextly, work out the value of Z, the height of building B. Now, here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up into two parts. Now, guys. Here we go. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was breaking. So this said is the height of the full building, isn't it? So I'm going to break it up into a pink part. Everybody see the pink part? And then I'm also going to break it into a black part. Would you all agree that the pink line and the black line combined makes the complete value for the building? Would you all be happy that the pink part is 220? So would you all agree it's 220 plus x, whatever x is? Now look at this. See this line here I'm drawing in purple? Does anybody know its size? Huh? 150? 4. Everybody see that? 154? Okay. Now, 154, guys. Here we go. I'm going to use x is the opposite. 154 is the adjacent. Anybody know what function I should use? I'm just going to write SOHCAHTOA down. Am I using the hypotenuse, which is this line here? No. So what am I doing? I'm going to do TOA. I'm going to say that tan 20 is the same as x divided by 154. I'm then going to multiply the 154 up. It's division on the right, makes a multiplication on the left, and then I'm going to get my x value. What is the x value? 56. Then I'm going to get that 56, and I'm going to add it on to the 220. And 220 plus 56, 276 meters. Lads, you looking? Two ways we can do this. We can do this using points on the graph. You go CX, okay? Input versus output, agreed? Okay, input of 0. What would the input of 0 get you? An output of 0. That is the point 0, 0. Okay. So 0, 0 is located here. All happy with that? Now go back again. Then what I'm going to do is pick a different input. Maybe pick an input of 700. What happens if the input's 700? What would be the output? 4 times 700? So that'll be the answer of, that's it there. That's 7 and 2,800. Okay. And unfortunately, I think I made this whole thing way too big. So I have an idea. I'm going to grab it like this. Going to group it. 1 second, sir. Group everything. I'd also like to group this as well. Then I'm going to reduce its size. And there it is. Yes. Functions and equation of line combined. Now, and now guys, same deal again. Are you listening? Same deal again. Do an input of 0. Input of 0 results in an output of what? 1,000 plus 2 times 0? Anybody? It's an output of a 1,000. Input of 0, I need a new color. Input of 0 results in output of 1,000. That is the point 0, 1,000. Actually, I'll link up the 2 purple dots while I'm here. There's the 2 purple dots linked up. Next one. What does an input of 700 get you? 700? 2 times 700? 2,400. 2,400 is located here. And all of a sudden, you have 2 lines to draw. Each line represents the cost to data usage of a mobile phone company. So as an example, this point here, 700, 2,800. That means for 700 megabytes of info, it costs you 2,800 cents. Is that okay? Whichever line is higher is more expensive. So, as an example, do you see Cellulon? Cellulon, sorry, I'm having a great time with this question. Cellulon is, Cellulon's this one here, yeah? That's Cellulon there. And Cellulon is it becomes more expensive when you use more data. While mobile is more expensive at the start, but when you go over this much data, it then becomes cheaper. Whichever line is further up is more expensive. Okay? Now, what's the point of intersection on this question? Oh, sorry, never mind. Which one charges no fixed monthly fee? Well, this one starts off at 1,000, which means even if you use no data, it still charges you 1,000 cents. So I think it's the other one, which is Cellulon. Cellulon. 0 data costs €0. What's the point of intersection, guys? Where the 2 graphs hit? 5 and 2,000, is it? That's the right answer, is it? Sorry, I drew it slightly weird, but it's 500 and 2,000. Which means when both companies cost the same amount when you download 500 and they both cost 2,000 cents.